everyone, I'm Ishani Bakshi, and on this channel, I travel the world via books, meaning I'll be reading one book from every country in this world on my channel. And today, I'm paying a visit to Ireland. So the book I chose for Ireland is what you could say is a booktube classic, and it's Normal People by Sally Rooney. So for those of you who don't know, Sally Rooney is a really popular and polarizing author here on BookTube. Like, some people think like Sally Rooney is God, and other people really don't get what the fuss is about. So I hope you're excited to see where I land on this spectrum. So her book, Normal People, follows two characters, Connell and Marianne, who both go to the same high school. Connell is the popular golden boy with a myriad of friends, while Marianne is the book-loving loser. And to add to their differences, Connell is quite poor while Marianne belongs to an affluent family, and this leads to Connell's mom working as a maid for Marianne's family. And the entire story follows them throughout their young adult life and shows how their stories intersect. I really enjoyed this book. I found it something to be completely captivating, and it put me in a trance. However, it's not for everyone, and why that is, I'll break into 4 parts. Number 1, the characters. So the characters, like I said, are like real people you'd meet on the street. You could find them in your friend group probably. And that's something I enjoyed, but it might not be as exciting as reading about, I don't know, like some warrior from a fantasy book. So that's why the characters are for me, but might not be for everyone. Number 2, the plot. There is literally no plot. Nothing of actual importance happens in this book because it's not centered around a war or this big conflict. Instead, it just follows them throughout a long period of time. I like this because it resembles more of like a real life experience, but some people might just want a book about a battle or some big conflict. So, then they're not looking for this book. Number 3, the writing. I really enjoyed the writing. It put me in a trance almost because I felt like I was one of those characters just sitting in that cozy college dorm room discussing philosophy or something. But the writing has some parts that might not be for everyone again. First of all, no quotation marks, and second of all, it's very straightforward and not as flowery, but I think it does the job pretty well. Number 4 is a common criticism the book gets, and that is that the characters are trying way too hard to be deep. And I agree. And I'll read 2 passages from the book to explain why I agree. The first one is by our female main character. Marianne replaces the yogurt pot in the freezer now, and asks Joanne if she finds it strange to be paid for her hours at work, to exchange, in other words, blocks of her extremely limited time on this earth for a human invention known as money. Now, the next passage is from our male character's point of view, in which he is discussing books. He knows that a lot of literary people in college see books primarily as a way of appearing cultured. It was culture as class performance, literature fetishized for its ability to take educated people on false emotional journeys so that they might afterward feel superior to the uneducated people whose emotional journeys they like to read about. Even if the writer himself was a good person, and even if the book really was insightful, all books were ultimately marketed as status symbols, and all writers participated to some degree in the marketing. Presumably, this was how the industry made money. Now, I just read books for fun, and honestly, Connell, you're reading way too into this, which is a problem that the characters have. They try so hard to be intellectual and philosophical that it's annoying for the reader. But again, I think the book takes in this way of almost like satire and commentary on how people in their young teens and young adulthood just read into things too much. Therefore, in conclusion, I'll give this book 5 stars, but it's not everyone's cup of tea, so if you don't like the book, I totally get it. But I hope you liked this video, and if you did, hit like, hit subscribe, and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss another stop on my literary world tour. And also, if you're interested in Taiwan or Japan, check out my last 2 videos. Bye guys!